So starting a brand is so important, but the most important part is finding which market you want to sell in, right? The market you go in is your chips you're going to put on the table. It's what you go all in on, essentially. It's your emotions there, everything. But the most important part is picking the right market in general. So today, we are going to product research, and I am going to show you guys what I do to find really good markets to, you know, create an amazing brand on, and how I find really good opportunities regarding, how I can get influencers regarding it and all this stuff. And the way I'm thinking when I'm product researching to find that really sweet market in general. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I'm sorry if my setup isn't the best setup. I'm still working on getting a better camera, this or that. So over time, we will get a better setup, and this whole situation will look better. Right now, I'm just in my room and I'm filming, so hopefully you don't mind. But this is Helium 10. Helium 10 is what I've used for the last 5 years for product research, right? You can keyword research, you can dissect what keywords your competitors are ranked for. You could do so many things. You could see how much search volume, you could see what your cost per click is going to be when you run ads. You could see any trend, anything. Essentially, Amazon is a keyword basis. Anytime a customer goes on Amazon, they're typing a keyword in, that keyword is their market, right? Our goal is to find a specific market, a specific keyword, isn't too competitive, isn't too little, has the right amount of search volume, has a customer who's willing to spend more, and a customer who has influencers in it that can promote our product and make it so everybody in that community, whether it's 10 million, 20 million, you can look up in ChatGPT how many people are in a specific community. Usually gives a pretty good estimate, but you look up how many people are in that community, and then what influencers will do will make sure that you are shown in front of those communities well. So anytime they need your product, you are the first person they think of. That's literally marketing 101. But there's a new age of marketing going on with social media that not many people teach, and I'm just really, really excited to share about. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So this is Black Box by Helium 10. This is where I do my keyword research in general. So you could see their search volume I can type in, monthly revenue, price, reviews. I can like dissect how many max reviews I want some of these people, these listings I'm looking up for. Ratings. So a lot of these that sometimes I don't even use. I usually just do the main ones like search volume. I want to see a listing that's making a certain amount of revenue, and then price is very important too. I don't want to sell like a $10 product, right? I want it to at least be like close to 30, 40, $50. Even like the product I sell is closer to 70. So you can get away with 70. It just takes, or even close to $100 products. It just takes longer to get a good conversion rate out of that because you have to build reviews. You know, people aren't you're not gonna convert well with a few reviews or zero reviews, and that's like the part where you have to get reviews quickly. But as soon as you get like plus 20 reviews or 40, 50 reviews on a higher price product, you'll do fine. But getting back to what I was saying, so if you want to follow along, by the way, just before I mention, as we're going to do this product research, I have a absolutely coupon code down below for you to save on your monthly subscription for this. I think it's like $70 a month, but if you just want to follow along and with what I'm doing and try to find your market, it's always super easy to like have a guide while you are trying to find that right market. So I thought I would tell you the link is down below if you want to support the channel, but also follow along with what we're doing. So for search volume, right? I've been doing this for 5 years, right? And I would say I want to find a keyword that isn't crazy competitive. And again, it's not only a keyword, it's a market I'm looking for with an enthusiast niche, right? So we're first going to go, let's go at like a minimum of 5,000 because we know there's longer tail keywords connected to that highly searched keyword that add up to 10, 20, 30,000 searches in a market, which is awesome. But for categories, this is the important part. We want to find markets where the customer is willing to spend more, right? They are a customer who's an enthusiast, it's a hobby, it's a niche. So, what I'm going to try here is I'm only going to pick like 2 to 3 categories. So, we'll go patio, lawn, and garden. And we might not find a product today, by the way. I just want to give you the criteria I use to find really, really good markets. Again, I want to call this market research too and not product research because it's all about finding that right market. So, let's go. People really care about their dogs. I'm sure people would be willing to spend $20, $10 more on a really reputable brand or just a really good looking brand that has high trust. So we'll go that. And then how about we go, people care about their health, right? I mean, as that's kind of where our world is going is people, alcohol sales are going down. People are investing more in their health in general. So we'll go those three. We'll start with those three. As for price, we'll go bare minimum 25 and then max we'll go 55. And then for revenue, I want to see somebody who's at least making like say 18,000. Because usually it's the 1/3 rule with Amazon. You put 1/3 into fees. It could be more based on your weight or your dimensions of your product, but it's usually a third into fees, a third into product costs, and a third in profit, right? Obviously, you have ads and this and that, but that's typically the way you want it to be. But if you get a U.S. manufacturer, you have good, you tend to have better margins sometimes, but also it's all dependent on your dimensions and weight. If those are in really good check, you can have 40 to 50% margins. It really depends. So that's my criteria I use, by the way. We might not find anything today, like I said, but that is exactly the criteria I use, what I just showed you. And sometimes I'll make adjustments to it by, changing the price up. The reviews, like the reviews, I don't really care because I just want to see all the different types of markets. I'll be able to see opportunities based on like the markets I see because I've done this for so long now. I know Tonga Ali is for testosterone, and people are very into building their testosterone up, especially over summer. And there's been so much research on building energy, and I know you can find influencers in this niche on TikTok and Instagram, so that does interest me a little bit. My only problem with this market is, you might need certification that might cost a bit. There might be already really big players in this market, but I can't think of an instant brand off the bat, but I don't know a ton. Moss killers for lawns. So people care about their lawns. Those are gardeners or people that are outside, outdoor people. So they like being in the outdoors. You can get outdoor influencers, people who are, outdoors a ton. So we'll look into that. I'm just gonna bring up 3 to 4 opportunities. Cat water fountain, that could be something funny. Wellness cat food. Super liver, no. That sounds like a brand. Sometimes you'll see brand names and keywords because some brands have an insane social media presence and they'll literally have search terms that like have 4,000, 5,000 views because they built a community already and people look up their brand. Creatine monohydrate. I know creatine's way too competitive. Like that's just like it's ridiculous. Mushroom gummies have been growing in demand from people finding the health effects being ridiculously great. But I think that's a little bit too late to get in that. Teeth whitening, nope. Memorial wind chimes, no. Grounding mat, no. Well, that depends because the customer, there's probably influencers you could find. Okay, no, never mind. I thought this was like for more meditation, but toilet paper, running gels. Running gels. Okay, that one catches my interest a bit, and here's why. There's a huge running community all over social media, right? And I don't see enough really good brands in this. Obviously, there's been so many people that, there's probably people with 3, 4,000, 5,000 reviews. You can see this person came in and is already doing 300 orders a month off 122 reviews. So I can see that you can come in and do really good off of this. my perspective is there are a ton of influencers you can go into this market of. You can connect with micro influencers, 10,000, 15,000, even pro runners that are like not signed with Nike, but borderline almost signed with Nike. I used to be a runner for 10 years, so I know a lot about this. But you can connect with influencers and have them just talk about this gel and give them it for free. You usually want to like do this as much as you can. Like send out as many units as you can to as many influencers because it's just free. Like it's practically almost free. It's like maybe you send it's $20 to send it right from Amazon to the customer for merchant fulfilled. But instead of like paying thousands of dollars for videos, you're getting $20 for 5,000 views, $20 for 10,000, $20 for 3,000, $20 for 1,000, 20,000 for, you get it. Like all of these add up to eventually a whole viewership of 1 million, 2 million views, and now people recognize you when they need running gels, right? So this is a very good example of one, like I would have to look more into this market of so many things of what the cost per click is, this or that, but like this is like a market I would look more into on stage two. But it past stage one of does it have an enthusiast, right? Can I get influencers to promote it? Is the price range good? Yes. It can sell it for $35, $30, you know. And I think there's a new, from my perspective, there needs to be a new brand that comes in. All of this is like, I've seen these brands for over 10 years now, Honey Stinger, Blocks, all these people I've seen for so long now. So sometimes when you've seen so many brands for so long in a market, it's time for something new. And there has to be somebody that comes out with the new vitamins that are really popular today or this or that. So from my perspective, I would love to go into stage two of looking into this, and we can look into it more in the next video as well. But I just wanted to start off our first video of really deep product research of the way I'm thinking about all of this. And hopefully I gave you guys the right criteria as well, or hopefully, how would I say this? Hopefully you have the right criteria now when you are product researching in general. And again, the link is down below if you want to get Helium 10 and follow along with all my next videos coming up on how to do market research, and how to do it the right way, because 90+% of people are just doing it the wrong way. They're trying to find something with low reviews, high revenue, and they're not thinking about branding, and they're just going to get crushed by tariffs, and they're looking for Chinese products. There's a whole new wave coming that people aren't recognizing, and you need to get early to the trend. And again, I offer one-on-one mentoring down below. The link will be down below. I'm only taking 10 people to all take to a successful brands, and I will do everything possible to do that. So yeah. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. You guys take care. Bye-bye.